So today we're going to talk about how to plan a successful day. So we talked about long range, short term goals last week. So I think if we break it all the way down, all of our big goals to the day. So if it's, how do I control my eating for, overall, okay, well, it starts with today. So how am I going to plan today to make that successful? So I believe that there's going to be 5 things that we're going to talk about that you'll use to plan a successful day. The first thing is have a morning routine. So even if somebody's not a morning person, they still have a morning routine. They still get up, whether it's they struggle to get out of bed, they get out of bed, they do certain things in a certain order typically that you do every day. I think probably morning is more so than maybe the evening, but some people have evening routines. But I definitely think that you have to evaluate your morning routine. So what does your morning routine look like? And how's that going to help you be successful for the day? So is my morning routine to typically hit the snooze button 5 times. So maybe I need to change my morning routine a little bit and maybe only hit the snooze button 4 times. Is my morning routine to be always running late and I just run through McDonald's or something to get something quick because I don't have time to fix it at home? So would my morning routine need to change by getting up 10 minutes early? Would my morning routine need to change by prepping breakfast so that way I can throw it in the microwave when I'm walking out the door and eat it going out the door? So you have to establish a morning routine that helps you feel successful. Because we've all heard of the book, it's not about make your bed if you make your bed every day. There's a thought behind that is that if you make your bed every day, it's something you've done successful first thing in the morning. So what happens if you start your day off feeling successful? You're typically going to feel that way. That's a great start. If you get up late, you didn't eat breakfast, you ran through McDonald's, on the way to work you spilled your coffee, you get to work, you're 5 minutes late. So in the first hour and a half of your day, what'd you do? You already feel super unsuccessful and you still have another 8 to 10 hours at work, and then you're going to go home and still feel that way. So it's a little harder to catch up. So you want to establish a morning routine that makes you feel successful. So you may have to change your current one. And again, it's not a huge overhaul, but it's a few things that you can change to create that successful morning routine. So you have your morning routine. Now you have to plan your day. So, I always say it's like a roadmap. Well, I guess it's not really a roadmap anymore. It's Google. So, but if you want to go to a certain place, let's say you want to go to Wichita Falls, you put it in there, you put your destination, it already has preloaded maps. The preloaded map is going to tell you how to get there. You turn here. You go down 2 blocks, you go 900 feet, you're going to turn left, you're going to turn right. Your destination is on your left. So it gave you step-by-step instructions to get there. If you just leave the house, no directions, you don't know how to get there, what's going to happen? You're going to take a lot of different turns. It's going to take you a while to find there. And then you get there, and somebody says, well, how'd you get there? Well, I don't know how I got here. I don't remember because I took this turn and that turn and I went backwards and all that. But if you followed your Google map and they said, how'd you get here? Say, oh, well, I turned here, I went 900 feet, I turned here, and my destination was here. So it's a lot easier to figure out, where we came from and how we got here. So that's part of planning. Every day, you should plan for the day. So that can either be first thing in the morning, that'd be part of your morning routine, or if you know you're always running late, then it can be the evening before. Maybe it's right before you go to bed. And planning doesn't have to be this great, big, elaborate thing to be successful. Planning the night before is as simple as I'm going to have this morning routine, I'm going to do these 2 things, and that's really my day. Because really, you can plan it all different ways. You can plan it personally, you can plan it for your job, for your business, all different ways. But if you say, okay, I'm going to get up, I have these couple things to do at work, when I get home, I have these things. If you're doing it personal, maybe I got to get up, do my morning routine, I have to go to work, when I get home, I have to do some meal prep, I have to do my cardio, that's my day. It's as simple as that. So we're going to plan, but what are we going to put in that plan the morning or the evening before? So So we are going to establish a morning routine, number one. Number two, we're going to plan that morning of the day or the evening before. And number three is what I call your big three. So your big three each day. If those are what you would write down on your plan, that if nothing else happened that day and you accomplished those three tasks, you would end the day feeling 100% successful. So that might mean that on today's big three is I'm going to write a thank you note to somebody that gave me a gift. I am going to get in my 2-mile walk. I'm going to have for dinner, if you know dinner is usually a problem area, I'm going to eat a healthy meal for dinner. So you did those three things. The rest of your day was crazy. It was hectic. You felt like kind of like a loser all day long because you were behind. Things didn't go right. All these different things came up, but you wrote the thank you note. You walked 2 miles and you had a healthy meal. You go to bed going, wow, today was a really successful day because I accomplished the big three things that would drive me forward. So those three things on a daily basis want to be those things that are going to drive you forward. So we have your big goal, your yearly goal, monthly goal, weekly goal. What big three things am I going to do today that's going to drive me towards one of my goals for the week, for the month, for the year? So those are going to be the things you're going to focus on. So when you think, I have to plan my day, and am I going to write down I'm going to train this person, well then I have to go here and I have to do that. You're going to have this long list of very detailed, and when you don't make one of those happen, you feel very unsuccessful. So just do three. And if you find that's manageable, you can, sometimes I do one for business, I do a big three for business, and I do a big three for personal. So it gives me 6 tasks, but I'm able to compartmentalize and feel successful at the end of the day, business-wise, feel successful at the end of the day, personal-wise. So that's a very easy, manageable way to drive forward towards your goals. So it's your big three. With those three things, with establishing your morning routine, planning the night before, the morning of, having your big three, is what that allows you to do is the fourth thing, which is how often do you find where you get to the end of the day and the day rules you instead of you ruling the day? Because we go through the day and we have a choice on how we respond to the day. If our day's bad, it's because we chose to respond to it poorly. Everything that happens to us is not either good or bad, it's our response to that thing that makes it good or bad. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, you think, man, I'm late, this is what happened. Well, I just got a little extra time to maybe hear an extra song on the radio that I needed to hear this morning. Maybe I get to listen to my podcast a little bit longer, hear a message I needed to hear just a little bit longer. So you can look at it as a positive or a negative. But how you start your day is going to help you be able to rule the day and run the day instead of it running over you. Because, how many times you get home from work and go, man, this was an awful day. I just feel wiped out. Like everybody was taking advantage of me and they had questions and they just didn't seem happy and they were mad at me. That happens. Family calls, coworkers, just a mess. So it'll help our attitude through the day because our attitude will highly affect. And when you get home at night and you put on your big three list is to eat a healthy meal, well, you had a lousy day because the day ran over you. You go, forget that. I'm just going to go out to eat somewhere. I'm not going to plan anything because it was a crappy day. I deserve junk. I deserve a margarita. I deserve some full-on sweet tea. So those things that we think we deserve, but we don't really deserve, it's just our attitude towards it. Because is that deserving thing really going to drive us forward to our goals? And every day you're not going to go, man, you're not going to be on point every day. There's going to be days where it just kind of suck and are bad days. And those days are okay. And you get up the next day and go, yesterday was a bad day, today's going to be a whole lot better. And not beat yourself up over the day didn't go quite as planned. And those things will take practice of big threes and hitting those three things on a daily basis. And then the fifth thing, you get to the end of the day, it's to review your day daily. What could I have done different to make this day better? Is there something, a different routine I could have done? Maybe, I added in this extra little morning routine, this one more task, but it didn't quite work. have a client that comes in the mornings a couple of times a week. She's, I would say, 99% of the time late. Anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. She's always late. Maybe 20 minutes late. Yes, maybe 20 minutes late. So she always said, well, I had to have one more thing. I had to do one more thing. So I always, because I have a list in my phone of titles of books that, I come up with titles of books and I just have to fill them. So I tell her, the title of your book will be One More Thing. Because you got to get one more thing. One more thing. I'm trying to think where I was going with that. I don't remember. Anyhow, I don't know. Review your day. So if you're always doing one more thing and you're always late, then maybe you need to do one less thing when you review your day. Say, okay, I need to do one less thing. I need to not sit and watch the Today Show for 5 extra minutes when I think I'm way ahead on time. I need to have, I didn't have my clothes set up, so I couldn't decide what I was going to wear today, and that put me behind. So maybe tomorrow I need to set up my clothes. So it's just a review of the day, and you'll find that every day, you think about it, if you review your day every single day, 7 days, how different your next week's going to look. Because you've taken all those little things and tried to build on them a little bit. You incorporate that one thing from yesterday you fixed. Now we're at 2 days, and we fixed the thing from yesterday, and we fixed the thing from the day before. And before you know it, those start to build more and more and more, and they're becoming just a habit of every day you're going through this process. It just has to be a habit. It won't come easy. It won't come natural. You'll have to remember, okay, you'll have to go through that list in your mind. I have to set my morning routine. I have to plan for my day. I have to make my big three. I have to make sure that I'm in charge of my day. My day's not in charge of me. And I have to review my day at the end of each day. And that can be just a mental recap. As you're laying in bed before you go to sleep, you're just recapping on what you're doing. For me to plan my day the night before is challenging. I'm much more clear in the morning. So at night, come 8, 9 o'clock, my brain is done and I can't think. So, but the next morning when I get up, it's a whole lot easier to think. But just do, like we talked about last month with diet and exercise, lifestyle. If it fits your lifestyle, do it. So find a way, a combination of those to help it fit your lifestyle. And I think you'll find that you'll have more successful days than unsuccessful days by just following those. And there's simple tips, simple things you can do. But I would highly suggest and recommend that you write down your big three. I think there's something about writing them down and putting a mark through them, putting a big old check through them. It's a big old accomplishment to do. Even if it's on a Post-it note. I have Post-it notes all over my office that have all kinds of little things that, I think I might forget, so I post it all over. So that's the 5 things for a successful day. Any planning successful day.